Hi Sagittarius, this is your weekly day by day tarot cards reading by Emma for the week beginning on Monday the 12th of May. So Monday with 3 of Wands. This is lovely energy, talks about your great idea, about something new which you will create. Decision is there, you know exactly, and you said out there publicly, I will travel, I will relocate, I'll buy my own flat, I'll start my own business, I will study so and so. Decision is out there about what you're gonna do next. Perhaps something which you will be doing for the first time. No experience but excitement, no fear. You are ready for it. You announce that you are waiting perhaps for some, I don't know, circumstances to come together, to get some license, to get some approvals, to get people to, I don't know, say what they think about that. But waiting period comes with the 3 of Wands, but decision is certain. You know exactly what you're gonna go for next, what you're gonna create next, which is kind of connected to outer world, big world, having your radio station, your blog or something. You see what I'm saying? Where people can interact with you, or you are interacting with people in the wider world. Often your website, it's, you know, big vision, big world in front of this person. This person is looking over that big space in front. It says that really you do have big space in front, because you are now communicating with the whole world, or you are having some sort of expansion with your knowledge, with your experience, with your career, with your life in general. Expansion is possible for you. At least that's how you are perceiving it right now with this energy, because this is exciting energy. You are surely excited about that new creation, about that new travel, about your new website. Yeah, still passive, okay? Energy, no action. Still passive, no action. 4 of Swords is energy within you, no action. Definitely you are waiting for something, and perhaps something which does not depend on you. 3 of Wands is surely waiting for something, maybe some visa, if it's about travel, if it's about immigration. Yes, you've got decision, but then you have to wait for visa, for some approvals, for some, I don't know, you have to bring tons of documents or so, depending on another. Somebody is making your website and it's not done yet. It will be, but still some adjustments, still some job to be done or so. If it's about your business, your new career, still in the process, okay? Maybe you were waiting for some approvals, you were waiting for your license to open that business, okay, to open that radio station, to, I don't know, whatever that's on your mind, but it doesn't depend on you. You are passively waiting. Maybe you are waiting for people around you to support you. But yeah, my impression here, definitely that nothing here depends on you. You are just waiting for first things to come together, okay? To get those licenses, to prepare documents, to fill up the forms, you know, and then to get visa or things. You see what I'm saying? Waiting. Though, look, you are very quiet self. It's uncomfortable for you, but you know that you have to wait because you are excited. You made your decision. This is outer energy. Nobody will see that you perhaps uncomfortable with this waiting, but everybody will see you excited, ready to go for something else. But you might be slightly uneasy with the whole thing of maybe waiting for somebody else's decision. Maybe that makes you uneasy, but you are a little bit uneasy, uncomfortable with the whole situation. Look, I told you with the 3 of Wands usually is the thing, something, okay, which we are doing for the first time. Maybe that makes you a bit uneasy, a bit uncertain about the whole situation. But passive energy, you'll have your clarity, you'll have that information, you'll have your license. Wait, yeah, and see, wait and see, yeah, with these energies on Monday. Now, Tuesday, with the Devil. Okay, Devil is unpleasant energy, and it's out there, feeling dependent on another, waiting for somebody else's decision. Maybe you're waiting for another one. Maybe you want to travel with another one. Maybe you want to have somebody by your side, okay, in this endeavor. And you are waiting now for that person to say if they want to support you, if they want to be by your side or not. But you are surely depending on somebody else's decision, on somebody else's opinion. Maybe you are waiting, depending on the government institution, maybe. Could also be with the devil. But there is Three of Wands. Yeah, you are depending on somebody out there. You cannot influence this. Definitely devil is out there. You cannot influence that. You are really depending. And perhaps that person or that authority can make decision without much of explanation. Okay, so you don't know what is going to happen here. It can go, many ways. You're not influencing, you cannot predict it. It could be good, it could be bad, it could be yes, could be no. You don't know even, how this entity, this home affairs, this government institution, this person, how they're gonna react, what decision they're gonna make, this big boss. You cannot even say which way it's going to go. You are depending completely on another one. Maybe you are depending on another one's mood or attitude. If they like, they will. If they don't like it, they won't. You see what I'm saying? Doesn't matter what you like, what you need, what you want to do. It doesn't matter these days, particularly here on Tuesday. It's about another completely 100%. And as I said, you cannot influence it. Like today, you do not matter. What you want doesn't matter. It matters this person out there, or that home affairs, or that, embassy. You cannot be relevant here. You're still staying with your decision, with your announcement. You're still standing with it, but you are not influencing decision. No, not at all. No, Wednesday. With the Knight of Swords, look, this is something urgent, okay? Something urgently comes to you, changes the situation. Now, could be that on this day you are receiving phone call or email, immediately bring another few documents, copy of your ID or so. Something urgently needed. You have to immediately come to sign for something. You have to immediately come to talk to us or things. This was, energy which changes the situation suddenly, drastically, and immediately you have to attend it. Immediately you have to do. This is a movement, very fast movement. By 1 o'clock, you have to be there and sign it. By 12 o'clock, you have to bring those documents. You see what I'm saying? Due date, must, now, today. Often goes with Knight of Swords. Could also be that you are deciding about something. You will force the issue. You cannot wait forever. You will talk to them. You will insist. Might be also things like that. But it's a fast-moving energy, insistent. Urges another one. Look, you are with the Six of Cups, like a child here, optimistic about your future. Maybe you were going to insist on something to happen, or you were getting information on this day. You will have to bring some documents, you will have to go to sign something, but that is a beautiful development. Just that what you waited for, finally you've got the information, and you will rush to do it immediately because some beautiful future depends on it. This is an optimistic, childlike energy within you, and thanks to this night, thanks to these changes, urgently needed to go and to sign or to get that approvals or that license. Yeah, you got it. Could very well be something like that today, because you are happy self. Okay, like a child. Six of Cups often talks about children as well, maybe some situation which is not connected to this, Three of Wands, to this new endeavor which you are having, which you are busy with. Maybe something completely different connected to your children, that you were maybe dealing with your children, and there is something very urgent, okay, with your child, to go to school, to do something, to speak to child, to teachers or so. Maybe also things like that here on Wednesday. Might be that you are in touch now with somebody, with the person you haven't seen for a very long time. Because with Six of Cups, we cannot talk about person you haven't seen for ages. You lost that person from your world completely. Now, this change, this sudden change, brings telephone calls, brings, I don't know, some email from this person. You haven't seen this person. Now suddenly, how are you? Do you remember me? Yes, of course. Yeah, could also be things like that. But it's sudden change. And fast moving energy, even if you were having contact with somebody you haven't seen for a while, okay, there will be still something else, some requirements. Go and do something for me today. I need that document immediately to be sent to me. Maybe there will be some sort of requirement. It's not going to be just how are you, how do you do. It will be some extra requirement, something urgently needed for that person. Yeah. Anyway, that's your Wednesday. Seven of Wands, your Thursday. Defensive energy, still need to do something. You still need to pass some tests. You still need to bring some documents, still some obstacles. You still have to explain yourself. You have to prove that you are worthy of this. You have to prove that you can. You have to still do things. You've got your rights, okay? Seven of Wands holds on to this biggest stick. Of course, it says you do have your rights, your idea is right, you are talking truth, yeah, you have your knowledge, but still you will have to prove that, okay? And perhaps whatever that you have to prove, whether that you are arguing with people, you will, be on top of the situation, but battling a little bit. This is sort of battle, like, you have to still do some tests. You do have obstacles in front of yourself, people arguing with you, why and how, explain to us, do some tests, do you really know it? You see what I'm saying? But you are explaining yourself. You will definitely, this is solid energy, but might be slightly stressful today. The star, yeah, you've got your end goal, you know that you are right, some hopes, some wishes, some expectations, some, as I said, end goal you do have. I really believe this Three of Wands is your end goal, to travel far, to open your own business, finally to have something which you announced on Monday. That's your furthest goal, that's your star, that's what you are hoping for, that you are hoping to achieve, you are expecting to achieve that, you are putting effort to make it happen, and you are still putting effort to make it happen. Might be that on this day you have last thing to do before you go for this, I don't know, end goal, before you are allowed to travel, before you are having visa to emigrate or something. You see what I'm saying? Before you've got your approvals to open your own business. That could be last things today to do. Last tests, if you were applying for work, these are those last tests, like a last round. After that, you are heading for your goal straight away, like last requirements, last obstacles, last problems, last battle. And after that, you can go after some success, some dreams, something, you see. Yeah, last thing to be done. Your Thursday. Two of Wands. Oh, I love 2 and 3 of Wands together in the reading. The greatest omen for success of some sort of endeavor. And it seems to me that up until this Thursday, it was up and down. And by Thursday, I think you've got positive feedback. It wasn't end of the road, okay? There was still some requirement, still something else to be done, but you knew for sure that's the last thing. And by Friday, I think you will begin to see your success possible, your idea possible. You see what I'm saying? A kind of step back, okay, to the vision. What do you want to make out of it? And it seems to me that you did have a concrete idea how you're gonna go after that big goal, that big business, that big success, that emigration. You see what I'm saying? You did have more concrete idea about that, something very practical. You knew, I will go and do that and that way. You haven't done it, but with the Three of Wands, you did have that step forward, okay? But you were getting back to drawing board. Let me see now. So once I know what is exactly required from me, I will redo my plans. You see what I'm saying? Just a little step back. Nothing much is changing. The very same idea stands. It's just a back to the drawing board. You will now redo it a little bit. Not much, but a little bit, yes. Maybe it was different things required. Now, with Nine of Wands, you have to redo something, your plans of execution. Two of Wands is just the idea to do it. Three of Wands does have plan for execution, how you gonna execute it, and that's what you have to redo, okay? That step forward. You have to redo. Not gladly, not happily, but you understand that you have to redo something. Maybe that was the requirement here. Oh, you have to redo something. You have to change something. You have to something, okay? And yeah, you are doing it. You are changing initial plans, a little bit of it. As I said, you will get back. You will redo it. You will have to redo it. I think it's required from you. You cannot say no, you are not doing it willingly. Nine of Wands does it just because it has to do. You must do it. This is compulsory adjustment. You have to do it. If you really want to go after this idea, after this great endeavor, travel, something, you have to redo something. Yeah, it's required from you here on Friday. Some adjustments, yeah, you have to make. Not much, okay, but you have to. Ten of Wands, Nine of Wands, Ten of Wands. Oh, it was burden. Hey, it was heavy. I even really felt it heavy. Oh, every next day it was something else. Oh, we don't know if we're gonna give you that visa. Oh, bring some more documents. Let's think about it. You see what I'm saying? Yeah, do some more. Make some spacecraft so we can approve your visa. You know. There was some extra requirements, but I think by Saturday you will feel that you are finishing with it, or you are just about to finish with it. You're almost there. Feeling burden of the whole situation, of this whole week. On every next day, there was feeling that something is burdening you, some another request, something else. You see what I'm saying? And by Saturday, you really felt that it's too much on your back, too much to do, too much to deal with, too much to explain. Yeah, but it's almost there. Almost there, or it's done. Yeah, with Ten of Wands. Let me pair it. Yeah, almost there. Two of Swords is energy pairing it, and Two of Swords is uncertain. Now, after all, it seems to me by Saturday, you will be thinking, do you really want it anymore? Now that you know exactly what it takes. That new endeavor, that new, I don't know, new career, new business, new something, you will be thinking, is this really the right way for me? Now that you brought it to an end, now that you know all about it, okay? You are doing it, I told you are doing it for the first time. Three of Wands is something which you are doing for the first time. And you were excited about that. But on the way, learning about that, requirements, next step. And you came to the end of it, okay? Now you are perhaps realizing that is too much. Too much of requirements, too much burdens on you. You don't know, does it really pay off? Will it really be successful after so much effort? You see what I'm saying? It's too much effort. Suddenly you are realizing the thing is a bit too demanding. Maybe you still have to pay something and it's gonna cost you, and you have to work so and so, and you have to something else. Too much of obligations, burdens, requirements, and you were just thinking, is it worth putting so much effort into it? And you wouldn't know on this day, you don't have answer. After learning about it and knowing it all at the end of the day, you will be thinking, should you go for it? Should you not? Now Sunday. With Hermit, yeah, you will be thinking about that. It's not easy. You will need to make decision, maybe still something to do. Look, Ten of Wands, the Hermit, we are talking burden, we are talking difficult circumstances, we are talking some difficulties which you are realizing. That the whole thing which seems easy, you know, from a side. from the beginning, did seem so exciting and easy. By the end of the week, you realize that it's not easy. It's actually difficult. And there's lots of requirements. And it's going to cost you, I don't know how much. And by the end of the week, you will be seriously thinking about what to do with this. Should you continue? Should you not? And the Hermit energy is the very same thing. I mean, you will continue thinking, should you do that? Should you not? It could be that this Saturday just brought up something extra which you need to do. We were tying up loose ends, okay? And perhaps it was a bit more complicated, a bit more difficult than you have expected. By Sunday, you are taking on it and you are working on it. Even that difficult last things which you never expected to have, never expected to do, you will do. Could be Hermit also does the difficult things. It's very wise energy. You will have a wisdom within yourself, definitely. Or, look, energy is out there. You are wise self, or you have somebody who will tell you, who will guide you, okay, in these difficult times, how to act, how to behave, what to do, what is the wisest things, what is clever to do now. Once you understood the whole process, the whole procedure, all obligations, you will have somebody to guide you how to go through it, or you will know yourself, okay? You'll go through all the details, because this is very meticulous energy. We'll go through all details. We'll know eventually, is it worth pursuing it or not? What you're gonna do, you will perhaps know with this energy. If it's something to do, you will still do it. Or you will decide if it's about decision, difficult job, plenty of work, okay? This one will bring to an end. This is wise, meticulous energy, and you will be on top of this situation, this or that way. And decision will be wise, will be very smart. Yeah, it will be wise. You are with Queen of Cups. Might be that is somebody else guiding you, because you are quite satisfied self. You are satisfied self because you have done these huge obligations, burdens, something which you did have. Yeah, you finished with that today. Finally, that what makes you very satisfied, or somebody guided you, or some, resolution is here. Not easy found, definitely not easy found. Energy of Queen of Cups is very emotional, pleasant, very satisfying, and I love to see it within you, Sage. Finally here, you feel satisfied self, a very happy self with the situation, with what you've got. But the road to that feeling was really difficult, even today on Sunday. But you know that you will have something once you finish with all of it. It seems that this Seven of Wands, when I told you last thing, perhaps it was just too many requirements. Yes, it was the last thing which you know that you're supposed to do before you get your end goal. But then it was big job, lots of requirements, lots of responsibilities. You see what I'm saying? Not easy stuff. Lots of serious things required from you. I kind of like to connect it to this Thursday, that everything actually came from here. This is the last. You know what you need. Yes, you will get everything you wanted. You'll go after this idea. You'll go after that what you, decided about sometime, maybe on Monday. Yeah, you can go after it, but these, so many things you have to do. And that what you have done it. It wasn't easy, it wasn't easy, definitely. But I like, as I said, I love to see you finally stable, emotionally satisfied, calm, collected. Oh, it's done, it's happy, it's good. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, Sage, I really hope that you're gonna enjoy this week, and I will speak to you again very soon. Till then, best regards, Tarot by M.